Hello, meditation nerds. I'm glad you're here. So, I don't know how anyone else is feeling. I have been feeling like the noise is just getting so vast and so expansive that it's almost like it's a blanket just thrown over me. So, I wanted to do a meditation specifically for the oppression of the noise, the just the weight and all of the chaos I feel like it's causing within me on all levels and just around me. So I thought today we could focus on allowing that to be with us without running from it, without numbing, without fighting or resisting, but being within it. The act of resistance being to allow the noise to be what it is while we ground in our breath. I felt that that was very important, especially for myself. Hopefully, this will resonate with you as well. Hopefully, you can connect to this practice. Um, so, I wanted to start with a quote from Mindful Erase by Ruth King. She was unable to credit the original author in her amazing work, but I feel like it resonates with just how I'm feeling that the noise is just wrapped around. It feels like it's wrapped around my aura, like it's like bubble shaped and just feels very, very heavy and just I don't really have the words. I wish I could just show you what I was feeling. So I wanted to start with this quote. I have linked to this amazing book by Ruth King, Mindful of Race, and I have dropped the quote itself in the description as well. There's also a link to the music I'm listening to on my end. It is not copyright free, so I'm not playing it aloud. I just have it in my earbuds, just playing along through to also help give another layer of grounding. That link is also in the description if you'd like to play it out loud or pop in your earbuds and listen to it on your end as well to further help bring grounding. There's no lyrics, it's just music. So here's the quote that Miss Ruth King has noted in her book. It is not our work to force someone's growth to our liking. It is the work of love to admire the beauty before you, to give people a sense of safety to unfold, to keep each other company when drowning in anguish, until the wave can balance out and our feelings can once again live in us. That's the full quote. Just gathering myself. That hits me really hard. So, today it's going to be a bit of a body scan, but I'm kind of bringing together a couple of different aspects here of meditation styles that really work with me, really work for me. Excuse me. So you can have your eyes open, you can focus on an object if you would prefer to have your eyes open if the noise gets too heavy, too loud, too overwhelming. And of course, as always, listen to your body, listen to where you're at. Okay, don't force anything. I will have my eyes closed. And to begin, so we're not really gonna tune in like normal. Feel free to take this time to do a tune in if you'd like to. We're gonna kind of do a progressive expansion here. We're gonna incorporate a mantra. I'm gonna be using Sat Nam. You can always Substitute whatever resonates with you. If Satnam does not work, if you want a different affirmation, a different mantra altogether, you want to use an image, like I said, have your eyes open looking at something, you want colors, algorithms, mathematical equations, whatever it is that resonates with you, go ahead and substitute for Satnam. That's perfectly fine. We're just going to progressively work outward. So we're going to do this in layers. Okay, so to begin, go ahead and close your eyes, or if you're keeping them open, focus steadily on, do please pick an object that is grounding. Okay, not something that's going to take you away, not something, because the whole point of this is to ground, right? The noise isn't going to go away. So the point of this meditation isn't to help us escape. It's, what is the goal here? What am I trying to achieve? So, excuse me. First of all, trying to give my emotions space to unravel without coming through on my voice. So, the goal of this is to bring you a centeredness within yourself so that all of what's happening can continue to flow, but you're neither getting lost within the chaotic noise or the whirlwind that it brings, but you're not numbing out either, right? You're not disappearing. You're not, my go-to is daydreams, right? I daydream something powerful or empowering. I don't think empowerful is even a word. It's, and we don't, while that has a place, numbing has a place, like there are appropriate times to use that. This is not what that meditation is for. This is to ground within ourselves, connect to our breath, and to see how this chaotic noise is overwhelming us and it's taking us away. It's, excuse me, trying to allow my emotions to flow while still speaking. So coughing seems to help me do that so that I can continue forward without suppressing the emotion. So that's the goal. I want you to ground to yourself, to your anchor, to your breath. So this is meant to elevate, but not elevate up and out. It's to elevate to a place where we're grounded in ourselves, but we can still see how this chaos is harming ourselves and others. Okay. Excuse me. So there's going to be a lot more coughing. This is highly charged. That's why I wanted to share this meditation, because I feel so overwhelmed by the noise. So whew. Go ahead and close your eyes. We're going to just focus on our breath to start. As you can see, my emotions are ready to come up and out. I want to do that from a grounded place and a place of healing. So go ahead and close your eyes. We're just going to take a few breaths and we're just going to notice how big and overwhelming the noise is. Okay. That's our starting point. We're just going to notice how big it goes. Okay. So to the extent that you can, again, not over or beyond what you are ready for here. Okay. So as large as you can hold it, right? You see how far it goes within where you are. Okay. Go ahead and close your eyes. We're going to solidly focus on the breath from this point and just allow the noise to spin out. Okay. See how big it gets. Again, within the boundaries of what you can handle. Focusing on the breath, stay anchored to the breath. And this can come out several different ways. It can be similar to mine where the emotions are just gushing up and out. They want to go. They want to go now. Then there's the what feels like oppressive weight coming from all sides, basically like pressing what feels like onto my aura. It just, that's the visual I get. It's just a big round circle that's just being compressed and compacted. Well, I got that. We're not forcing anything. We're not taking the entire world. We're simply noticing how loud the noise is. Make that breath nice and deep, though. Please do not suppress the breath. Nice deep inhale. Nice deep exhale. And it's okay. What comes is coming. That's okay. If you need to cry, cry. She says not allowing herself to cry. Part of why I'm saying it out loud to you. Don't know that I'm ready to actually cry on stream. That seems a little bit more vulnerable than I'm ready to be. So we're gonna find another way to allow those tears out. Okay, and from here we're gonna bring in Sat Nam. You can say it out loud, you can whisper it, you can time it with your breath. So I'm gonna inhale Sat nice and deep, Nam as I fully exhale. Again, just noticing the noise. We're just anchoring with the breath and the mantra as we notice the noise. Okay. Sat, Nam. Again, timing Sat on the inhale, Nam on the exhale. I'm just gonna do it mentally so I can give the focus to just where I'm flagging the noise is hitting me. And again, substituting if Satnam isn't resonating with you, if it's not working for you, you're like, absolutely not. Insert your own mantra, your own affirmation, image, sound, color, smell, mathematical equation, whatever, cooking recipe, whatever it is that's going to anchor you, right? What resonates with you. And we're not getting lost in the noise. We're just becoming aware of where the noise is sitting, where it's loud, where it's oppressive, where it's hot, where it's cold, where it's, you know, how the emotions are flowing up, where they're flowing up from. If you can say hi to each emotion, that's great. Please don't feel overwhelmed like you have to. It's just noticing that there's that swirl of emotion and where it's coming from. Mine's just like this mini tornado in the center of my body. Okay. Now we're going to move out a little bit further. And I see this as an expansion because I feel like it's going from the smallness that oppression brings, right? The shrinking that oppressive systems, oppressive feelings, the weight that they bring. And we're focusing on the breath to expand outward. That's why I'm saying we're moving outward. So we're not necessarily, because we're going to be looking at the body next. I just kind of want to bring you into my the way I'm thinking about these things. And just as a side note, there was something I actually, you know what, we'll save that for after. Okay, sorry, getting lost here. Part of my discombobulation with this. Okay, so now I want you to notice how your body is being impacted by the noise. Now, with this, there's multiple layers because I'm trying to give a more broad view of this. You can, if you feel that the noise is way more emotionally heavy, focus on that. If yours is more physically heavy, focus on that. So I want you to focus mostly where the noise is hitting you the hardest. Mine now has shifted. It was the body, now it's shifted to the emotions. So I'm going to focus on the emotions. Now you can flow through these, obviously. If you're newer at this, just stay with the one heaviest weight here. You can always come back to this and switch where your focus is as it changes. But for now, I want you to focus on where the noise is hitting you the hardest, where the weight is showing up the most. Maybe yours is mental, maybe it's spiritual. Focus on that and notice how it's reverberating. So for me, the whirlwind of the emotions, it feels like it's just spinning out this anxiety that is just creating like hot and cold flashes in the body. It feels like my organs are being whiplashed. My mind goes numb and I don't think. I numb out mentally. And spiritually I just feel exhausted. I feel completely spiritually depleted. So those are the different ways that the emotional whirlwind and tornado that's happening, that's how it's impacting me on all levels. Now, you don't have to necessarily associate it the way I do. I just kind of wanted to give a broad perspective on what I mean here. Just notice how it's impacting you. And again, bringing, focus on the breath as you bring awareness to how you're impacted by this noise. But of course, staying centered in the breath, right? The focus is in grounding in the breath and Sat Nam, or whatever your chosen mantra is. Find release on the breath and notice when there isn't release as well. Don't shame, don't add to the noise, just notice. Allow the release to happen and also allow for it not to happen. We're just here to observe, we're just here to bring awareness. And if you find yourself getting lost in the noise, inhale nice and deep, bring yourself right back. Sat Nam as you exhale. Bring yourself right back with that beautiful breath. And notice the push and pull that comes with this, that it can feel very violent, the noise, how it pulls us in multiple directions. Notice how the breath gives you that counterpoint. Notice your posture. Notice if you're rounding. Notice how the breath allows you to expand back out and up. To sit in this space. It's okay, bring yourself back to that beautiful breath. Come back to that center focus. Sat Nam. Inhale nice and deep. Exhale nice and full. And 2 more rounds. Focus. Inhale, sat. Exhale, nam. Notice where this weight, notice where the noise is really weighing you down, where it's really impacting you. One more breath. Inhale, nice and full. Exhale, nice and deep. Okay, so now I want you to notice where there's more breathing space, where there's lightness, where there's more ease. And this isn't about necessarily size. This is about quality. Even if you just notice a sliver, a tiny fraction more of ease, we're going to celebrate that fraction. I always hated fraction in math, but for this for this meditation, we are going to celebrate that fraction, okay? It's I want you to bring all of the focus. Inhale, nice and deep, sat. Exhale, nice and full, nam. Celebrate that ease, that lightness, that breathable space that wasn't there before. And even if this isn't something where you necessarily notice, like in your mind it's a little lighter, your emotions feel a little less dense, the pain that was resonating before feels a fraction of a breath lighter. Maybe instead of that you had a chuckle. That's your fraction. I want you to celebrate that laugh. Okay, that laugh within the the craziness of the noise. That's a win. That's lightness. That's ease. Okay, so it's showing itself differently for you, and that's perfect. That's what I want you to celebrate. That chuckle, that laugh, that even if it was a smirk. Okay, that's still a fraction. We're going to celebrate that. I'm going to bring some celebratory nature into the lightness, the ease, the laughter, whatever, however it showed up, because there is something that brought ease, that showed up as ease, showed up as lightness, showed up as more breathing space. Maybe it looks different for you. That's perfect. I want you to notice that now and celebrate it. Maybe you got fireworks going off, you got a woohoo, you got a dance, whatever it is. That's your celebration. We're going to inhale sat, exhale nam, and bask in that. And even if there's still a lot of heaviness, even if the noise is really loud, we're not focused on the noise now. We're focused on the celebratory nature of the ease. Again, no matter how small, no matter how big, again, this isn't about size, it's about quality. Within this chaotic center of noise, we just allowed ourselves to sit within it and focus on our breath. That is amazing. It's courageous, it's valuable. That is quality. That is true quality, in my humble opinion. So that's what we're going to celebrate. So inhale nice and deep, sat. Exhale nice and full, nam. Inhale, sat, truth. Exhale, nam. I am that. Inhale nice and deep. Exhale nice and deep. Bask in that celebratory. Bask in the ease, the lightness, the elevation of finding breath within the chaos and the noise, not numbing out, not running, not hiding. Couple more breaths here, focusing on the ease, focusing on the celebration of staying with our breath within the chaotic noise. Okay, 2 more breaths. Stay focused on that celebration, that ease. Do a little shoulder roll on this one as you inhale nice and deep, exhale nice and full. A little bit of sat nam, sat on the inhale, nam on the exhale. Rotate those shoulders, bring in a little bit of movement. See if we can bring a little bit more space of lightness and ease by moving. Go ahead and elevate. Shake out a little bit of that stuck stuff for all the stuck stuff that wants to get out but just needs a little bit of movement to move it out. Okay, last breath while you roll your shoulders again within what you can do. Inhale nice and deep, sat. Exhale nice and full, nam. Sat nam. Okay. Thank you so much for joining me. I know this got a little bit chaotic. I feel like this is important to put out some good into the chaotic noise that is erupting in our world right now. I sincerely hope that yours is not as weighted as mine. If it is, I'm here with you. And I wanted to offer something that helps to lighten, brighten all of that chaos and to remind us that our breath isn't just a meme. It isn't just a saying. This is putting that into real world practice when it feels like things are falling apart. It's a reminder that sometimes it is a fight. And this sheer act of breathing fully into that chaos is the best resistance we have. So I apologize for kind of drifting in and out. This is part of how I respond to chaos. I get kind of flighty and I struggle to stay grounded. So that's why I felt this was equally important to shout this out and to offer a way to stay grounded within the noise, because it is so easy to get launched off into the chaos that the noise and the tornado create. So while I do think real time, you see me reasoning it out and following it through live. And I know that can be chaotic, but I promise you we are going somewhere deeper together. We will get to the point. They're just avenues that I feel need to be gone through as well. So I sincerely hope that you found this grounding and helpful. Feel free to come back to it to explore all other avenues that you felt weren't able to be reached today. Again, do not rush it, do not force it. This is about grounding within the chaos, which I feel like is expanding. So I wanted to put some good out into the world by anchoring to our breath from a place of unity and shared chaos, if you will, so that we could come together and breathe together and cry, laugh, cough if you're trying to make it through your own stream without crying. I've already done that, so that's already occurring. But like I said, I hope you found this helpful, beneficial. If you think someone else will benefit from this goodness, please feel free to share it. Shout out in the comments what worked, what didn't, anything else you'd like to see a meditation done for. If you are feeling chaotic and you'd like to see another meditation done specifically for it, feel free to put that in the comments. I am more than happy to do a meditation on that as well. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to continue the Seth Meyers commenter of Thrive in My Absence. I find that very elevating, hysterical, just because it was done in a comedic sense. So I'm going to carry that forward at least for a little bit. Thrive in my absence and take care of yourselves, take care of each other. See you next time.